reminded day by day, there is someone that will actually light the way in the midst of the darkness. Because when we use our cliches, it's always darkest before the dawn. Because right that moment before sunlight hits for the first time in the day, it's extremely dark. It's like it's almost no hope at all. But just at that one moment when you're about to give up, the sun comes up and a new day is given. It's like one person said, the best thing God gave us was time. Because if it wasn't time, all you would have is suffering with no limits.
Amen.
You would have blessings, but people are like, well, be no living, but then there will be no difference. Because as corporal beings, we need to have time.
Amen.
When you're in the supernatural world, you don't have to worry about that. But here we need time. Because remember, God's given us time for seasons, where there's a time for suffering, there's a time for pain, but there's a time to come through.
Amen.
And it says in John chapter 8, verse 12, when Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, will have the light of life. When you watch people on TV, when you see people walking around, they profess to be Christians, and they're always just speaking nothing but hardship or talking some way to bring you down or some way to hold you back. Remember one thing, remember we're supposed to be just like Jesus. We're supposed to be just like God. You're supposed to bring light to the world.
Amen.
It's not our job to bring people down. It's not our job to judge people. Our job is to do what God tells us to do, to be the light of the world. We need to be that person that brings light, the light of life, because we're following Jesus Christ.
Amen.
It says, whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. One person, but there's bad things. Remember, this world is an evil place. There's sin all around the world. You've done things you shouldn't have done, but God's like, I will be that light and I will bring you back up. I'll be that person who will keep giving you the light of life. And it says over in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 through 15, it says, you're the salt of the earth. But if that salt loses its savor, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You're the light of the world. A city on the hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they set it on a lampstand and gives light to everyone in the house. God's saying, whenever you're out there, don't hide who you are. Don't sit there and basically turn and hide and go under a cover. Or don't tell people, let people know I'm a Christian because I gotta keep aside. I gotta start denying him. You gotta be like all the various disciples. Whenever the turmoil and hardship came, they all hid. And they all basically just sat there and they're like, we don't want people to know who we are. And people's like, what will God do to that? Just like you did with disciples. He's like, I knew you were going to do that, but I'm still right there. As a light, he's like, I'm not something that can be put away. I'm not something you can basically push down forever. I'll always light away. It's like if you'll sit there and you watch, like the moon will go across the sun and give a total eclipse. You're like, oh, the light's been blocked out. So no, because time is there, it'll move aside. And I'll light your way. People see darkness in every situation. Unfortunately, the church usually is leading that torch and that brigade of trying to come after people because they think people aren't like them or they want to hide something that's within them. You're spreading darkness throughout the land, but God's like, don't worry. I'm that light no matter what they do. I'm still right there. People could sit there and make the word try to twist and turn this way. He's like, but I'm still right there. He's like, I've been around for 2,000, 6,000, 10,000, however many years it's been that we know of, I'm always still there. Every angel sits there and they sit in the throne room and just keep on just singing the praises of God for eternity. They know God's that light. They know Jesus is that light. He's like, I want you to know the same thing. It's not hard for people to basically sit there and always put things down because it's easy. You watch the internet, you go anywhere you want to. There's negativity everywhere. There's basically people just saying bad things. But you know the hardest thing to do is to jump on there and say, you know what? You did good today. You can make it.
Amen.
You will succeed. And although you did have problems here, I'm right here in case you want to get back up. My hand's right there. When person like they slap it away, at least you offered it. You want to be that person's that positive light that always tries to push out the darkness. I have people I've worked with in the past, everyone in the audience knows what I'm talking about, that basically are just nothing but darkness every single day. Everything within you wants to be just as bad as them, but you can't go down to their level. You have to basically keep doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying being stupid. Just like Dad said in his message a while ago, don't be a Christian. When you become a Christian, all of a sudden your personality gets stifled. And you want to just be that person everybody just walks over. No. Still take your stand.
Amen.
but don't fall down into the gutter. Don't make it to the point where you lose your flavor. Because remember, like it says right there in the Word, in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, it says, when you lose your saltiness, you can no longer get anything back. You don't want to be that person that because you became so evil, no one believes you anymore. And you have to slowly build yourself back up. God's like, that's not your job. My job is basically to judge people. People are like, it's not happening fast enough. No. He'll be like, I look in the book. He's like, you don't know this, but I know this. On March 17th, 2027, they will have a moment of judgment. And whenever they decide to do one way or the other, I'll decide then. You don't know about it, but I do. Tomorrow, that person might have that time where they felt like that farmer they was talking about had a bin, had plenteous. All they had to do was give back a little bit, everybody else been just fine. I'm going to build a second one. And that person died that night. God's like, I know that is not your job. I know everything they've done leading up to that moment. Their time will come, whether it be for good or whether it be for bad. That is not for you to know, because remember, his ways are not our ways. Amen. And our thoughts are not his thoughts. That's why he's God. Amen. Like, people don't realize you're not God. We can't even understand what's going on in our own city, our own planet, let alone our own solar system. How are you going to understand what people are thinking in their minds? Every single person, no matter whether they want to tell you or not, is a living, breathing soul that has a spirit. And God knows every single person they do, has an account for everything they do, from the moment they're in conception to the moment they die. He knows which way they will go. He said, all you have to do is be that light and let it branch out and let it fill people. Let it fill people with hope. Because you'll have that person, you won't know it or not. Let's say like you did that one nice thing, like a person says, someone held the door open for me. They're like, that didn't mean anything. We don't know what that person went through. That one person's looking for somebody just to do that one nice thing for them. And they'll get them through the day. They'll get them through the years saying, I remember what Hope did. I remember what Connie did. I remember what John and Tim did. And because of that, they hold on to it. And they're like, what is this word that they're trying to spread? What makes them good people like that? And they'll tell someone else, and it just spreads that light and will shine light into the darkness of whatever situations they're in. Amen. Now we'll jump over to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. It said, but the path of righteous is like the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. You've seen every single day. You've seen when the sun comes up, it breaks through the clouds. There's a little bit of brightness going on. But you know, right around that noontime, right when the day's almost over, the sun shines its brightest. That's what you should be doing in your entire life. Every day it should be, you have a little bit more light. And you know how you get more light? You read the word. And like one person said, well, I don't have time to read. Well, do what some of my family members do. They do audible.com. Is that what it is? Audible.com. Well, they'll have the word read to them. Amen. Like one person said, all you need is one word. Amen. And hold on to it. Know that one word, forwards, backwards, sideways, and just spread that one word. Next thing you know, you're like, you know things you didn't even know you knew. Because God's like, you believe in me with that one word, and I'll give you an entire paragraph. If you believe in God for that one paragraph, he'll give you an entire chapter, and so on and so on. Your light just keeps getting brighter. Your spirit keeps getting stronger. So then when something bad happens and hits you, you're like, no. It says right here in the word what I can do. It says that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You're like, where'd that come from? Your spirit's like, dude, I got you. I know what's in there. All you have to do is just keep feeding me, and I'll get you through those trying times. That's like those times you have no energy, and you're like, where's that coming from? Well, since you put in all the legwork in the good times, then when the bad times come, the Holy Spirit's like, I'll keep strengthening you up. I'll keep being that light for you to bring you through the darkness. We'll jump over to Psalms 27, verses 4 through 7. I always want to say chapter when I talk about Psalms, but I keep forgetting it's Psalms 27, verses 4 through 5. It says, one thing I have asked the Lord that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under a cover of his tent. He will lift me up high upon a rock. Basically what it's saying there is, God will always protect you. It doesn't matter what trying time it is, whether it be the newest thing everybody loves to talk about is every time a new president comes in, they're like, we're living in the last days. It is 2017 and people have preached that same scripture since 2017 BC, 10,000 BC, 1000 AD. You don't know when the last days are. God's like, if I could bring my people out of Egypt with an actual tyrant wanting to kill them, don't you think I could protect you from a president being put in a position, whether you like them or not, or a dictator in this position, or a person that you don't like at your job? It's like, I showed you throughout the Bible. I used a group of people that did not believe in me all the time, and I still protected them. Because why? Because their ancestors believed in me, and I honored the promise I made with them. All you have to do is come around. He's like, and I will make sure when you put that hope in me, I'll protect you.
Amen.
And it says in Mark chapter 5, verses 35 through 36, while he was still speaking, there came from the ruler's house some who said, your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further? But overhearing what they said, Jesus said to the ruler of the synagogue, do not fear, only believe. I don't even care if your daughter, your son, or whatever it is in your life that is dying, whether it be that failed marriage, that job that you think you might get fired from. You know what you need to do? Do not fear. Just believe in me. That's what Jesus said right there. The person's daughter was dead. He didn't even do a lot of people do, like some Christians now get all overly emotional. He just, no, don't worry, don't fear, just believe. And because they did it, that person rose back from the dead. Jesus said, there is nothing too hard for me. All you have to do is believe. Because people, it's so simple, people don't want to believe it's true. Like I worked at a job with a person who told me this, and I almost laughed in his face, but I held back because I'm like, that person's probably just the wrong teacher. He said, Jason, I can't believe in Jesus because the Bible makes him too perfect. I can believe in those books that say that he cheated and he had kids and he had a family because it makes him like me. So you want to believe in a person that has your feelings, who's the Son of God, who actually is supernatural, showed you everything you knew to be your example, but you can't believe in that because it's too hard, but you will believe if he fell like you did. I was like, dude, you need to get under the right teacher, under the right church, read actually what's in the Bible, and maybe you'll be okay. Amen. And the person just sitting there is like, no, I was like, I can't talk to that person. That's not my job, because your heart's hardened or whatever I'm saying. Hopefully someone else will be that light for you, will crack somewhere in their broken heart to give them that hope, to give them that light so they can come back. Because remember, that's not your job to judge. God knows what's going to happen to that person. It's so hard for people to realize and believe because it's too simple. Everything in life they've told us, well, there's nothing in life that isn't free. There's always a catch. That's the way of the world. God's like, that's not my way. Amen. It is simple. Believe in my son, believe in me, you're handled. And then once you start believing in him, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start believing the tenets that are in the Bible. You're going to believe all the word that's in the Bible. You'll start questioning, but then you'll find a verse that basically confirms that. Then you go to the Old Testament, you'll find something in the New Testament confirms it, and vice versa. All you have to do is read. Just like people that go to become a doctor, a lawyer, or any kind of place, engineer, what do? You sit there and you learn for 4, 6, 8, 12 years. Why? So you can know it inside and out, forwards and backwards. So that way when people question you, you're like, no. That medication's actually this and it does that. Or you're in a law firm and a person questions you in a court, you're like, no. It says statute 82, paragraph D. Why is it that way? It's just like in the Bible. Once you know it, you'll quote it backwards and forward and everything will confirm itself. Amen. It's not hard. Because it says in Romans chapter 12, verse 12, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer. It's so simple, but it's something that's hard for Christians to do. When you have hope, rejoice in it. Don't sit there and be like people say, a glass half empty person. Rejoice in hope. Be like, my glass is half full. And I'll find some more orange juice and I will top it off and I will have a full glass by the end of the day. He says, be patient in tribulation. The hardest thing to do as a human being when bad times are coming and stuff is happening all around you is to be still and to be quiet. Because when you're mad and when you're going through, you're going to say things you should not say and you can't get it back. Amen. You have to be patient in tribulation. How does it happen? Every time something happens to you that first time, it's going to hit you right and you crawl. You're like, ugh. But after the second time, you learn, maybe I shouldn't say something there because it actually escalated this. I shouldn't say something here because it made this happen. But then you'll sit there and you'll be patient. And it's like God will make a way. If Job can sit there and all the things that happened to him, everything he lost, and saying that God will make a way out of no way, and he still believed in God despite all the people telling him, Can't you do the same?
Amen.
Can't you sit there and be patient in tribulation? Can you be constant in prayer? That's something that's very hard as Christians because everything will always hit you. Whether it be like falling asleep early because you work too hard, you have a family that's nagging you, or you have a job that's stressing you out, you still have to somehow be constant in prayer. And when you do that, you'll have Jesus become your light of this world. He'll be that hope within you. And I hope something I've said has helped someone today. I hope that it'll give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of light, and shine that light in the darkest place. And so I'll close with, amen.